I've made quite a big fuss about the fact that the code word Lyceum came up on the Fantasy 5 results for September 26th because it's really kind of freaking me out, even for the weird kind of shit that I've been dealing with all this time, because I still don't understand how it is that I managed to pick the word Lyceum as a code word in the first place, since I didn't know what it meant, and I wouldn't normally pick a word that I didn't know what it meant as a code word. But I suppose it's reasonable to assume that you are somewhat skeptical that this word Lyceum actually represents the numbers that were drawn on September 26th, or it would actually represent 3 of the 5 numbers that were drawn on September 26th. So what I'm going to do is provide you with a little demonstration of just exactly how I go about converting lottery number results into the code words themselves, and hopefully that will help convince you that this was indeed a genuine result, and as to why it was possible for such a result to come up, that's another question which we will have to deal with elsewhere. Here we have a screenshot of the California lottery game Fantasy 5 results for the dates including September 24 to September 26. So let's just zoom in on September 26. The numbers are 8, 13, 15, 17, and 30. So what we want to do is find out what the code number is represented by, or representing the numbers 15, 17, and 30. So we go to the spreadsheet, and the spreadsheet converts every possible 3 number lottery combination into a corresponding code number. So we want 15, 17, and 30. So we just scroll down here. 15, overshot it. 15, 17, and 30. 15, 17, and 30. Okay, so the corresponding code number for 15, 17, 30 is 16,101. And notice that right above 16,101, directly above it is 16,100. And that's significant because we're going to be using that as a guidepost for tracking down the corresponding code word for 16,101. So we will go to the lottery code book and convert the code number here. Now that we've converted the actual combination 15, 17, 30 into a code number 16,101, we will convert the code number 16,101 into its corresponding lottery code word. And I should explain that when you actually see in the code book, you will see 61 as the guidepost rather than 16100. The shorthand is 61 because I mark off every 100 code words with an actual number, but the number that I'm marking off isn't the full number represented. It's just the hundredths place, the hundred and the tens of hundreds, in this case 61, and that enables me to track down the various code words by their code numbers.
Here we have the lottery code word codebook. This is the dictionary that I used as the database for selecting all of the lottery code words that I'm currently using. And what I wanted to show you in here was the page that the word Lyceum is on. As you can see, what I do is I go through and I check off in advance all of the words that I think would be suitable lottery code words. And then, when I get a lottery result, then I convert that result into a code number, and then I take that code number and identify which of the words match the corresponding code number. So here we have, for example, the word lycanthropy is marked off and labeled because I mark off every 100 words, group of words, and so lycanthropy there represents code number 16,100, and then every 10th word gets not only checked but then also circled. And so the point here is we come to Lyceum, and for some reason I checked off the word Lyceum right after lycanthropy, and then the next word that I decided to use as a code word was lye, as in the chemical lye. But what's interesting here is for some reason I skipped over the words lycopene, which is funny because lycopene is a word I'm fairly familiar with. I take a lycopene supplement every day. And another fairly familiar word is lycra, which is a form of synthetic fiber. So it's kind of strange that I picked the word Lyceum as a suitable code word to use, a word which I really don't have a conscious knowledge of the definition. I mean, I'm reading it here, a hall of public lectures or discussions, but geez, if you had asked me a week ago what is a lyceum, I wouldn't have been able to tell you. I might have thought it was a type of plant or something, maybe a form of fungus, but a hall for public lectures? I don't think so. And yet, for some bizarre reason, when I went through 6 months ago or more, was back in January and February of 2010, I picked out Lyceum as a suitable code word. I don't know why I did that. And what really amazes me is I skipped over two much more familiar words, lycopene and lycra. So that is really strange to me that I did that I decided that Lyceum, a word which I don't have any knowledge of prior to the results coming up last week, somehow I decided that was a suitable word as a lottery code word. That is really, really amazing to me, because normally I would just pick words that I was very familiar with and would have the attitude that if I saw it in a dream, I would recognize instantly what that word was. And that is certainly not the case with Lyceum, so it is very mysterious to me that I actually picked out Lyceum as a suitable word for my lottery code word list. I don't understand that.